Wow.
What's your take? I know you're not a linguist, but what's your take on bouncing off of the whole Naga people of Nagaland? But there was a kingdom in southeast India called Kalinga. It was the Kalinga Empire, but
Mhm.
they have no relation to the Kalinga people. How do you think that happened?
Well,
Besides, like
there's
chance.
when you study languages, you have to be aware of the possibility that two languages having similar words, that those words are just by accident, they're the same words. By the way, a lot of the tribal names, including Kalinga, are what are called exonyms. In other words,
Mm.
they people themselves did not give themselves that name. Other people gave
Right.
them
Right.
that name.
Right.
Kalinga means enemy. So
Enemy.
obviously
Yeah.
the Kalinga did not name themselves.
But they adopted it.
Yeah, what
That's
happened
true.
is the Spanish, when the Spanish came and they started following the Chico River, they brought as their interpreters the Gadan, who were further, down in the lowlands, the Gadan people.
Oh
And
yes,
the
the
Gadan
Gadan.
people started telling them what the names of these people were. So
Mm.
I guess
Those are the Kalinga.
The Gadans were enemies, so Gadan called them
So
enemies. Kalinga.
then the Ibaloys were the ones on the other side of the river. Then, right? Is that happen?
Well, it's interesting that the Baloy means other side of the river. The question is, what river is it? Now, supposedly the uh, Ibaloy started off on the eastern side of the Agno River
Huh.
and then moved west into there's and of course they split up, but the languages are still pretty much the same. There's a little bit of a difference in pronunciation, but the one of the great stories is that the Ibaloy living in the original Kabayan area would travel through the territory of the Ibaloy that had settled nearer to Baguio in order to raid the lowlands. And so the people living near
Wow.
Baguio got mad. And so
Yeah.
they said, we're not going to let you. They started fighting. And the peace pact was, so it was reported, each chief, the famous chief of the Ibaloy is Amkidit. I forget the name of the one from Kabayan. But in order to achieve peace, each of them killed one of their slaves, took the blood of each slave, mixed it in a cup, and they each drank from the cup.
Beautiful.
So that's
Wow.
that's sort of like folk tale, not folk tale, but oral history.
It's
I'll ask my mom
possible.
about that.
I mean, peace packs are funny that way, and then they probably
Mhm.
dance for weeks and weeks and
They
weeks doing the
might
binging or
have
something like
danced.
that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dance and
Yeah.
drank for like when those kind of peace packs happen, then you gotta
Mhm.
gotta
It would have been heavily tied to their spirituality.
yeah.
So, which we call superstition, but that's spirituality.